I believe we are live. I have to pull it up on my... There it is. Can I hear the music? There it is. Okay, you can hear the music. There's gonna be a little bit of overlap now. I was just double checking if you could hear the music. I had to double check because I don't got managers. I gotta do this myself. Okay, where did we leave off last stream? It was Genesis 31. That is where we left off. And you know, I didn't do my homework. I said I was gonna look up Troas. I wanted to look up what that meant, and then Gilead. So why don't we do that right now? Actually, what are? Oh, I'm not even typing anything. What are Troas? Oh, maybe. A long, narrow, generally shallow receptacle for holding water or feed for animals. Okay, so what does it look like? So like the way water is set up in Minecraft farms. Okay. So I guess it's okay. Cool. Now Gilead. I don't know why I wrote that down because it sounds like a city. What is Gilead? It's a region. Present day Jordan. And so next to Israel. I need to turn my volume down. Okay. So in here. Catholic hospital. Okay. Okay. So today we are starting off on Genesis 32. I'm gonna move some of my stuff. There we go. Keep using the pen. Yeah. So let me pull out my phone and then I'll get my 30-minute timer set, and then after my 30-minute timer is set, we can start reading. So just as a reminder for whoever's new, because I know people do watch the VODs.
I confirmed.
What?
I ain't going to school. We're going out to breakfast in the morning.
We're going out to breakfast in the morning?
Yes,
Okay.
we are. Let's flip and go.
Let's flip and go. Do you care if the camera's on?
No.
Okay. So, okay, bro.
It's itchy, alright? Don't understand if anyone's watching.
Okay.
Don't understand.
No one's watching, but people watch the VODs, so.
Don't understand why my balls get itchy, alright?
Okay.
It's a natural part of life.
It is a natural part
I mean,
of
my
life.
balls are kind of sweaty right now. It probably explains it. So,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Okay, so I'll give y'all the rundown. So first we do 30 minutes of reading the Bible, and then we'll do a 10-minute break. We'll do a workout and watch some YouTube. And then after the 10 minutes are up, we go back and do a second round of 30 minutes of reading. And then after that, the stream's over. So let's begin. Let's begin. Start it right now. Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." So he called the name of that place Mahanaim. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brothers in the land of Seir, the country of Edom, instructing them, "Thus you shall say to my lord Esau. Thus says your servant Jacob, I have sojourned with Laban, I have stayed until now. I have oxen, donkeys, flocks, male servants, and female servants. I have sent to tell my lord, in order that I may find favor in your sight. And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, we came to your brother Esau, and he is coming to meet you, and there are 400 men with him. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. He divided the people who were with him and the flocks and herds and camels into 2 camps, thinking, if Esau comes to the one camp and attacks it, then the camp that is left will escape. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, O Lord, who said to me, return to your country and to your kindred, that I may do you good. I am not worthy of the least of all the deeds of steadfast love and all the faithfulness that you have shown to your servant. For with only my staff I crossed this Jordan, and now I have become 2 camps. Please deliver me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, that he may come and attack me, the mothers with the children. But you said, I will surely do you good, and make your offspring as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. So he stayed there that night, and from what he had with him, he took a present for his brother Esau. 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milking camels and their calves, 40 cows and 10 bulls. Holy moly, man. 20 female donkeys and 10 male donkeys. These he handed over to his servants. Every drove by, like, bro, this is insane. How do you have that many animals? Bro actually has, like, a whole empire of animals, bro. Like, how does one achieve or accomplish gathering that many animals? Even with people working with him, that's insane. These he handed over to his servants, every drove by itself. And he said to his servants, pass on ahead of me and put a space between drove and drove. He instructed the fist, when Esau my brother meets you and asks you to whom you belong, where are you going, and whose are these ahead of you, then you shall say, they belong to your servant Jacob. They are a present sent to my lord Esau, and moreover, he is behind us. He likewise instructed the second and the third, and all who follow the droves. You shall say the same thing to Esau when you find him. And you shall say, moreover, your servant Jacob is behind us. For he thought, I may appease him with the present that goes ahead of me, and afterward I shall see his face. Perhaps he will accept me. So the present passed on ahead of him, and he himself stayed that night in the camp. The same night he arose and took 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 children. Jacob wrestles with God. Okay, so this is him like trying to... I'm assuming this is like Jacob trying to do stuff in his own will, and obviously miserably failing, because he's trying to do something thinking that he's bigger than God. If I'm picking up on that correctly, I could be wrong, but pretty interesting. Let's keep going. And crossed the ford of the Jabbok. He took them and sent them across the stream and everything else that he had, and Jacob was left alone. And a man wrestled with him until the breaking of the day. When the man saw that he did not prevail against Jacob, he touched his hip socket, and Jacob's hip was put out of joint, and he wrestled with him. Then he said, let me go, for the day has broken. But Jacob said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. And he said to him, what is your name? And he said, Jacob. Then he said, Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel. For you have striven with God and with men, and have prevailed. Then Jacob asked him, please tell me your name. But he said, why is it that you ask my name? And there he blessed him. So Jacob called the name of the place Peniel. Peniel. Okay. That's an interesting name. But Peniel. Okay, cool. Saying, for I have seen God face to face, and yet my life has been delivered. The sun rose upon him as he passed, Penuel limping because of his hip. Therefore, to this day, the people of Israel do not eat the sinew of the thigh that is on the hip socket, because he touched the socket of Jacob's hip on the sinew of the thigh. So I'm kind of curious, what is a sinew? So I'm gonna look that up. What is a sinew? It's a tissue. Is it common? Okay. To eat in different animals? What? Why was it saying? Okay. This doesn't explain it very well. But like your Achilles tendon. He touched the socket of Jacob's hip on the sinew of the thigh. Why does it say tendon? I didn't look up tendon. Oh, because when I pressed it, it did that. Okay. What is a sinew? Hip? In the hip? Bro, I feel slow right now. Don't judge me. Tendon or connective tissue that connects muscles to the bone in the hip area. Mentioned in Genesis 32:32, where Jacob wrestles with divine being. Oh, okay, wait. It's actually a good thing that I looked this up, because this does give me more information about the verse. I thought he was wrestling with another man, but it's saying in here that it's an angel or a pre-incarnate of Christ. Huh. Okay. Interesting. All right. Bro, I spilled. Well, that seems kind of interesting to write down. Should I just write Jacob wrestles with the Holy Spirit? I think I'll write that down. I don't know why, but I just feel like I should write that down. Okay. Cool. Okay. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau was coming, and 400 men with him. 400. Okay, bro. 400. So he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the two female servants. And he put the servants with their children in front, then Leah with her children, and Rachel and Joseph last of all. He himself went on before them, bowing himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. But Esau ran to meet him and embraced him, and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And when Esau lifted up his eyes and saw the woman and children, he said, who are these with you? Jacob said, the children whom God has graciously given your servant. Then the servants drew near me, they and their children, and bowed down. Leah likewise and her children drew near and bowed down. And last, Joseph and Rachel drew near and bowed down. Esau said, what do you mean by all this company that I met? Jacob answered, to find favor in the sight of my Lord. But Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself. Jacob said, no, please. I have found favor in your sight. Then accept my presents from my hand, for I have seen your face, which is like seeing the face of God. And you have accepted me. Please accept my blessing that is brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. Thus he urged him, and he took it. Then Esau said, let us journey on our way, and I will go ahead of you. But Jacob said to him, my Lord knows that the children are frail, and that the nursing flocks and herds are a care to me. If they are driven hard for one day... Oh my gosh, I was too focused on talking with my hands. I lost where I was reading. Like, ain't no way. Okay, look, if you... I'm sorry, I'm out of it right now. Okay? I didn't get up until... Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but I didn't really get up out of bed until like 4 p.m. I was bedbound today. I was feeling like sick. The only reason I'm doing this is because, I mean, I have to. It's like, it's part of my schedule now, so. Yeah, I'm kind of out of it. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll get back onto this. My bad. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. All the flocks will die. Let my Lord pass on ahead of his servant, and I will lead on slowly at the pace of livestock that are ahead of me, and at the pace of the children, until I come to my Lord in Seir. So Esau said, let me leave you with some of the people who are with me. But he said, what need is there? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir. But Jacob journeyed to Succoth. Let's look that up. Succoth. Succoth. This like AI thing? Is there like a YouTube video? Is that like an actual recording, or is that AI? Well, okay, well, probably not. It's from when 2019.
We are looking at how to pronounce these names. We'll be looking at how to say more confusing names many struggle with, including from the Bible, biblical names too. Stay tuned. 2 different ways of pronouncing the name of this Jewish festival.
Oh, it's a festival.
2 correct pronunciations, therefore, in English. Sukkot, okay, and Succos is the other way of pronouncing it. Succos or Sukkot, both pronunciations are used.
Sukkot?
Legitimate and correct.
Sukkot?
Sukkot and Succos. And now you know.
Sukkoth and Succoth. Sukkoth has a better ring to it. Sukkoth has a better ring to it. I'm gonna say Sukkoth. But Jacob journeyed to Sukkoth. I'm actually gonna write that down because that's an interesting word to say. Maybe I can learn more about what was happening at these festivals. And built himself a house and made booths for his livestock. Therefore, the name of the place is called Sukkoth. And Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, on his way from Padan Aram, and he camped before the city. And from the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, he brought for 100 pieces of money, the piece of land on which he had pitched his tent. There he erected an altar and called it El Elohe Israel. El Elohe. I think you guys are kind of sick of me looking up stuff, so I'll just write that down. El Elohe. It's just some of these words are sticking out to me, so I feel like inclined to write them down. Elohe. Now, Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, went out to see the woman of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her, he seized her and lay with her and humiliated her. And his soul was drawn to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. He loved the young woman and spoke tenderly to her. So Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, "Get me this girl for my wife." Now Jacob heard that he had defiled his daughter and Dinah, but his sons were with his livestock in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. The son of Jacob had come in from the field as soon as they heard of it. And the men were indignant and were very angry because he had done an outrageous thing in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter. Ooh, ooh, this is juicy, bro. Look. Ain't no way. Bro was, okay, so humiliated her. So did he her? Nah. What? No, wait, no. There's no other way that would make sense. Humiliated her. So he raped her, bro. He raped her. That's cooked. Where was I? My son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him to be his wife. Make marriages with us. Give your daughter to us. And take our daughters for yourselves. You shall dwell with us, and the land shall be open to you. Dwell and trade in it, and get property in it. Shechem also said to her, Father, and to her brothers, let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me, I will give. Ask me for as great a bride price and gift as you will, and I will give whatever you say to me. Only give me the young woman to be my wife. The sons of Jacob answered Shechem and his father Hamor deceitfully, because he had defiled their sister Dinah. They said to them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a disgrace to us. Only on this condition will we agree with you, that you will become as we are, by every male among you being circumcised. Then we will give our daughters to you, and we will take your daughters to ourselves, and we will dwell with you and become one people. But if you will not listen to us and be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and we will be gone. Their words pleased Hamor and Hamor's son in Shechem. And the young man did not delay to do the thing, because he delighted in Jacob's daughter. Now he was the most honored of all his father's house. So Hamor... Okay, wait. So were women seen as very valuable during this time? Because, like, out of curiosity, like, because that's what it seems like. They're treated like royalty, it seems like. Maybe it's just because there's something very, very special about Jacob's daughter. But but women do seem pretty important during this time. Let's keep reading. Came to the gate of their city and spoke of the men of their city, saying, "These men are at peace with us. Let them dwell in the land and trade in it. For behold, the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters as wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this condition will the men agree to dwell with us, to become one people, when every male among us is circumcised as they are circumcised. Will not their livestock, their property, and all their beasts be ours? Only let us agree with them, and they will dwell with us. And all who went out of the gate of this... And all who went out of the gate of his city listened to Hamor and his son Shechem, and every male was circumcised. All who went out of the gate of his city. On the third day, when they were sore, two of the sons of Jacob, Simon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, took their swords and came against the city. While it felt secure and killed all the males, they killed Hamor and his son Shechem with the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went away. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and plundered the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their flocks and their herds, their donkeys, and whatever was in the city and in the field, and all their wealth, all their little ones, and their wives, all that was in the houses. So they captured and plundered. Then Jacob said to Simon and Levi, "You have brought trouble on me by making me stink to the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites and the Perizzites. My numbers are few, and if they gather themselves against me and attack me, I shall be destroyed, both I and my household." But they said, "Should he treat our sister like a prostitute?" Okay, so maybe not? I'm confused. A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But let's keep pressing forward. God said to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there. Make an altar there to the God who appeared to you when you fled from your brother Esau." So Jacob said to his household and to all who were with him, "Put away the foreign gods that are among you, and purify yourselves and change your garments. Then let us arise and go up to Bethel, so that I may make there an altar to the God who answers me in the days of my distress, and has been with me wherever I have gone." So they gave Jacob to all the foreign gods that they had in the rings that were in their ears. Jacob hid them under the terebinth tree that was near Shechem. And as they journeyed, a terror from God fell upon the cities that were around them, so that they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. And Jacob came to Luz, that is Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, he and all the people who were with him, and there he built an altar and called the place El Bethel. Because their God had revealed himself to him when he fled from his brother, and Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried under an oak below Bethel. So he called its name Alu-Bakuth. God appeared to Jacob again when he came from Padan Aram and blessed him. And God said to him, "Your name is Jacob. No longer shall you..." I don't know why I'm struggling with reading right now. I don't think I don't know why I'm struggling with reading right now. That's weird. Maybe I need to do like a warm up. I don't know. Okay. God appeared to Jacob again, where he came from Padan Aram, and blessed him. And God said to him, "Your name is Jacob. No longer shall your name be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name." So he called his name Israel. And God said to him, "I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall come from your own body. The land that I gave to Abraham and Isaac I will give to you, and I will give the land to your offspring after you." Then God went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he had spoken with him, a pillar of stone. He poured out a drink, He poured out a drink offering on it and poured oil on it. So Jacob called the name of the place where God had spoken with him Bethel. Then they journeyed from Bethel, where they were still some distance from Ephrath. Rachel went into labor, and she had hard labor. And when her labor was at its hardest, the midwife said to her, "Do not fear, for you have another son." And as her soul was departing, for she was dying, she called his name Benani. She called his name Benani. What? I've never heard of a name like this before. Benani. It's like if you mixed Ben and banana together. No key. Not gonna lie. But his father called him Benjamin. Yeah, see, that's a better name. Sorry. But Benjamin's a better name than Benani. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. So Rachel passed, and she was buried on the way to Ephrath. Rest in peace, Rachel, guys. RIP's in the chat. That is Bethlehem. And Jacob set up a pillar over her tomb. It is the pillar of Rachel's tomb, which is there to this day. Israel journeyed on and pitched his tent beyond the Tower of Eder, while Israel lived in that land. Reuben went up and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard of it. Now, the sons of Jacob were 12, the sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, Simon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, the sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin, the sons of Bilhah. Rachel's servant, Dan and Naphtali, the sons of Zilpah, Leah's servant, Gad and Asher. These were the sons of Jacob who were born to him in Padan Aram. And Jacob came to his father Isaac at Mamre, or Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had sojourned. Now the days of Isaac were 180 years, and Isaac breathed his last, and he died, and was gathered to his people, old and full of days. And his son Esau and Jacob buried him. Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. These are the generations of Esau, that is, Edom. Esau took his wives from the Canaanites, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, Oholibamah. Like you can't even get mad at me. Like, anyone would have struggled pronouncing that, okay? Look. Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter... Oh, I'm slipping up right now. Okay, we'll finish this chapter. Holy moly. Why am I struggling to speak? Genuinely, why am I struggling to speak? Okay, during the 10-minute break, why don't I pray away not being able to read? How does that sound? How does that sound? That sounds good to me. Okay. Let's finish this chapter and then we'll take our 10-minute break. Took his wives from the Canaanites, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon, Hivite, and Basemath, Ishmael's daughter, the sister of Nabaioth. Oh my gosh! Praise God. Holy moly. And Adah bore to Esau, Eliphaz, Basemath bore Reu, and Oholibamah bore Jush. Holy crap. Jush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau who were born to him in the land of Canaan. Then Esau took his wives, his sons, his daughters, and all the members of his household, his livestock, all his beasts, and all his property that he had acquired in the land of Canaan. He went into a land away from his brother Jacob, for their possessions were too great for them to dwell together. The land of their sojournings could not support them because of their livestock. So Esau settled in the hill country of Seir. Esau is Edom. Okay, so anytime I see Edom, it's Esau. And anytime I see Esau, it's Edom. Is that what this is saying? I don't know. These are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in the hill country of Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. I'll save it for the end of the chapter, but I just realized something. Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau. Reu, the son of Basemath, the wife of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Timnah was a concubine of Eliphaz and Esau's son. She bore Amalek to Eliphaz. These are the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Reu, Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. These are the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon, Esau's wife. She bore to Esau, Jush. Holy crap. I'm not gonna look into it yet. After the 10 minutes, I'll look at it and then I'll come back to it. Whatever. Jalam and Korah. These are the chiefs of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn of Esau, the chiefs Teman, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Korah, Gatam, and Amalek. These are the chiefs of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Adah. These are the sons of Reu, Esau's son, the chiefs Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. These are the chiefs of Reu in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Oholibamah, Esau's wife, the chiefs of Jush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the chiefs born of Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Esau, that is Edom, and these are their chiefs. These are the sons of Seir, the Horite, the inhabitants of the land, Lodan, Shobal, Zibeon. I'm not going to remember any of these names, by the way. Anam, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishon. Oh my gosh. The sons of Lodan were Horai and Hammam, and Lotan's sister was Timnah. These are the sons of Shobal, Alvin, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Anam. These are the sons of Zibeon, Ayah, and Anah. Is this like their family tree or something? He is Anah who found the hot springs in the wilderness as he pastured the donkeys of Zibeon his father. These are the children of Anah, Dishon, and Oholabama, the daughter of Anah. These are the sons of Dishon, Hemdan, Eshban, Ithron, and Sharon. These are the sons of Ezer, Bilhah, Zavin, and Akon. These are the sons of Dishan, Uz, and Uran. These are the chiefs of the Horites, the chiefs of Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. These are the chiefs of the Horites, chief in the land of Seir. These are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom, before any king reigned over the Israelites. Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, the name of his city being Dinhabah. Bela died, and Jobab, the son of Zerah of Bozrah, reigned in his place. Jobab died, and Husham of the land of Timonites reigned in his place. Husham died, and Hadad, the son of Bedad, who defeated Midian in the country of Moab, resigned in his place, the name of his city being Avith. Hadad died, and Samlah of Masrekah resigned in his place. Samlah died, and Shaul of Rehoboth on the Euphrates resigned in his place. Shaul died, and Baal-Hanan, the sons of Akbor, reigned in his place. Baal-Hanan, the son of Akbor, died, and Hadar reigned in his place, the name of his city being Pau. His wife's name was Mehetibel. The daughters of Matred, daughters of Mezahab. These are the names of the chiefs of Esau according to their clans and their dwelling places. By their names, the chiefs Timnah, Alva, Janeth, Oholabama, Elah, Peno, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Aram. These are the chiefs of Edom, that is Esau, the father of Edom, according to their dwelling places in the land of their possession. You can listen to it. And then when you listen, okay. So they both did the same thing. So why is the text, why can't they just put the text on the same screen and have like an audio player down here? Why do they have to have a separate tab for it? Oh, I know why. It's because they want you to download the app. Like, bro, I'm on a computer. I can't download this, bro. Boy. Okay. 10-minute break time. But before the 10-minute break, we do the workout. Yeah. I think I'll push myself a little bit more today. So maybe 20 push-ups if I can. But I'll probably have to pause after the 15 push-ups and then do another 5 after that. If that makes sense. So what I'm saying is I'll do 15 push-ups and then I'll do a separate workout, and then I'll do another 5 push-ups after, so my muscles have a second to rest. You know? So I think I should write down, really. So I know, instead of like, I don't know, like I write down the workout I'm supposed to do instead of just keeping it in here. So 20 push-ups. $30 sit-ups. Oh, I guess you should start off with jumping jacks, because that gets like the blood flowing, right? So like 15 jumping jacks. You don't really need a lot, I don't think. It's not really a workout, at least from what I know. 15 jumping jacks, 20 push-ups, 30 sit-ups, and then what, 20 squats? 20 squats? And then a minute of wall sits. I think after this stream, I might play Straft Hat, but maybe not on stream. Because I want to hang out with my family, but I'm not sure if they're comfortable being on stream. Okay. So, 15 jumping jacks. Okay, let's start with that. And I encourage you to do this too. I encourage whoever's watching, obviously not right now because no one's watching right now, but whoever's watching the VOD, do this with me if you can. You don't have to do like the whole thing, but I encourage you to do it. So let me get this up more. Let me get this up a little more. Okay. 15 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Boom! Just like that, boy. Just like that, boy. Anyone can do jumping jacks. So, props to you for doing some jumping jacks. Now, 20 push-ups. And then we'll do the other 5 later. Whoa, that is terrible form. Wait, oh my gosh, is that what my form looks like? Nah, that's bad. That's bad. No, I'm rewatching it right now. Okay, so my form doesn't look that bad at first. I think it's just after I got after 10. I think I was like getting all tired and stuff. Okay. 30 sit-ups. Okay. Okay. 20 squats. Oh, that's easy, boy. 20 squats. Okay. Okay, wait, before that, I'm gonna do the other 5 push-ups. Woo! Okay. Oh yeah, 20 squats. Goofy. Okay. I might have to do a different workout than that because it's not burning me enough. But oh yeah. Now I gotta do 1 minute wall sits. Let's freaking go. Yeah, I thought I was tweaking. One minute. Starting now. Ooh. "30 seconds left. "18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Okay, my internet's back. It resets at midnight. It resets at midnight. So, when midnight hits, I'm always sat waiting for my internet to come back on. Every single day. Because my schedule has me, like, I'm awake late because of my schedule. But now we're on our 10-minute break, which means that I gotta watch a YouTube video that's less than 10 minutes. And then I can pause it and commentate on it or whatever. Whatever, because we don't steal content in this house. Sheesh. So I can do that. Everybody looks like Markiplier. He doesn't even wear glasses very often. Okay, look, I get it. Just give me a second. Oh my god. How does a Michelin star chef make instant ramen? That's interesting.
Hi guys, my name is
Yo, wait, I'm actually hungry right now. I might make some ramen, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have some of this fancy ramen. Oh wait. That's not Shin ramen. That's not ramen. Yo, we can all agree. I think it's spelled like that. This is the best type of ramen. The Korean Shin ramen. This is the best type of instant ramen. It's good. It's the best one. It's the best darn one. Okay. I might have to get some food. Oh wait. No, I'll just do it after stream. It's fine. It's fine.
Today we will make Japashin, Shin Ramen, and the Japaghetti, Japasin.
Where'd the green screen come from? No, but actually, where'd the green screen come from?
Japashin, Shin Ramen.
Okay, so bro just has an insane editor. Because that's not a green screen, that's just like insanely precise rotoscoping. Also, how is this 1080p? I'm like amazed every time I look at a 1080p video, I see pixels that are sharper than a freaking machete, bro. Holy freaking crap. This is not 1080p. That looks a little bit better. But that doesn't even, it's still, Maybe I'm going
The
crazy.
Chapaghetti, chapasin.
Chapaghetti. Bro, you're a freaking chef, not a scientist. Why are you handling the... Why are you handling the lettuce or whatever that is like that? Seaweed? In Milan, Italy. He doesn't sound like he's from Italy. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, he's from South Korea. Okay, so he's not from Italy.
Usually I make this when I am very hungry. When I
Oh, he has the Shin Ramyun. That is literally the best type of ramen that you can get at the store.
come back to home, I'm so tired and very hungry. So not enough is just one. I mix it is.
I just realized, why are all chefs skinny? Or like, why are all like the chefs that I've seen like skinny people? Bro, you're a chef. You make food for a living. Do you not eat? Wait. What? No, am I going crazy?
Spaghetti together. This is jjajangmyeon and the spaghetti. Quindi spaghetti. Very tasty. Very
Chopaghetti. Dude, I'm gonna have to
nice.
look that up because this might be good. It might be good.
years have you been eating it?
20. Yes. So it's.
I just realized my volume is like super high.
This ramen.
I think that's good. I completely messed up the audio mixing.
This is main seasoning. This is dry vegetable, dry meat, and
They're good. The dry vegetables are good.
two seasoning. It's dry vegetable, and it's a dry seasoning. It's the main seasoning. This
It's
is
so
very
good.
spicy.
It is.
Sin this it means very spicy. Spicy.
Bro, spicy foods are good. Spicy foods are freaking good, bro.
My pronounce English but not is good. Before
You're good, bro. You're good, bro. Don't worry about it.
This is a vegetable and a mix. Okay, like this. When it's boiled, I put the first this noodle. It's chapaghetti.
Chapaghetti.
This is
Chapaghetti.
It's more thick. Look, when it's boiled, and put this noodle first. Okay. And wait about 1 minute because it's more thick. Respect this shim. Look.
Look.
This is more thin. Like
Mhm.
when is this full?
Okay. Do you notice it? The Italian accent? He picked up an Italian accent in his English. Yo, I'm not going crazy. Listen.
This is more thin.
This is the more
When
thins.
is this cook? This is 1 minute. After 1 minute,
He is
I put
definitely
all together and boil together.
he definitely has an Italian accent
Many people is
mixed with a South Korean accent.
It's very spicy. It's put in just half of this seasoning, but I like it's spicy and sweet. This is tasty sweet. Okay, this is spicy.
Okay, so he's mixing.
Sweet, spicy, sweet, spicy, spicy.
So he's mixing. Okay, so instead of doing something super crazy, he's just mixing two different types of ramen. I might have to do that. And I think he's using a nickel plated pot. I know people really like nickel plated pots when they make ramen, or like the enthusiasts do.
Sweet. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's a nickel plated pot.
Like this. I'm not cook it perfectly here because like it's pasta al dente. I throw out this water. Okay.
Oh,
Throw out just half.
oh, he's throwing out the water.
Not all. Look, like this.
Oh, that makes the seasoning more punchy. Which I do that a lot too. I used to strain the water from my noodles actually. Make like a stir fry. I would eat it like that. So good. But it's so much spicier.
Because now adesso see, I put inside all together this seasoning.
Woo! That looks amazing.
Okay, and boil together like this. It's noodle.
Man, those noodles look wobbly.
È tutto gusto. The English.
It absorbs all the flavor.
Yeah, flavors. Yeah. Thank you. This noodle inside the olive oil. I put it there. Is finally. Look.
Woo! That looks good. But is he gonna do anything more than that, or is he just mixing two different types of ramen?
It comes to dry. Like this is a protect. Okay. Look. And add this oil last.
Does the chopped spaghetti come with oil?
Okay. And the meat.
Guys, the only oil you should use when cooking is olive oil and avocado oil. Because what? Like the other oils, like vegetable oil, those are like fake oils, or not fake, but they're seed oils. Seed oils were originally made to lubricate machinery, heavy machinery. But businesses were like, yo, this stuff is really cheap to make. And, you know, we put olive oil in food. What if we put this garbage in our food? And you know what? It creates inflammation in the brain. And it's bad for your blood vessels. Who would have thought? Machine lubricant, consuming machine lubricant would be, who would think that's good for you? So, if you can, beef tallow, if you're gonna have deep fried foods, if you're searing and frying foods on like a pan, avocado oil or olive oil. Please, if you can, stay away from vegetable oils. I'm doing my best to stay away from them. Okay.
I put it egg fry.
Yeah, fried egg is the method. Sheesh. I don't really like eggs on my ramen anymore.
That's ramen. So already it's very strong. It's tasty. And we make some decoration with sesame seed.
You know what's like a nice thing to do? I started doing this too. Like when you're making your ramen, deli sliced meats. If it's like a really good cut of meat, not like a sweet one, but kind of like a beef, like roast beef. Oh my gosh, corned beef too. You just get like really thinly sliced deli meat, and you put it in with the boiling water. And since it's super thin, it doesn't really need to like it kind of just cooks it like that, and it warms it up. Just so like even if you pull it straight out of the fridge, you can just throw the thinly sliced deli meat into your ramen. It's the most amazing thing in the freaking world, bro.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, of course you need the sesame seeds. You always do.
It's done.
Wow, we got superhero music.
And ecco. You like?
Yes.
Beautiful.
This is a chapasin. Because this egg yolk is creamy, so
Yeah, it did come out
spicy.
really good. The egg did. I can't get my egg to be like that.
See?
Oh my freaking gosh, bro. Oh my freaking gosh.
Così. Poi
Yo, I pray for days like this. I would pray for days like this.
usually I use a stick, no?
Yeah, this dude hangs around Italians.
Chopstick, you see. Try.
Or he's very much into Italian culture.
Hot.
Is it spicy or is it hot?
Very, very hot. One of the hottest things that ever eaten.
Like spicy or like?
No, 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 like hot.
Okay.
Light hot. Huh?
It's temperature
But-
wise.
Okay, temperature hot.
Huh?
I was assuming that's what he meant.
And sweet. Too tasty, no?
Grazie, chef.
Molto buono. Veramente molto buono.
Sì.
Is she getting some of the heat too? Woo! She got steam coming out of her nose.
Molto buono.
Okay, well, I guess that seals the deal. I'm getting shop spaghetti and shin ramen, and I'm doing whatever this guy did because it seems actually really easy to make. So, if you guys want me to do a stream like that, leave a comment because you guys are VOD viewers. No one's watching.
For Italian? Perfect. Yeah.
Buonissimo, chef.
Huh? He is Peruvian. Ti piace?
Sì, a me fa impazzire il ramen.
Sì. Come? Piccante?
È poco piccante, lo so.
Poco piccante, sì.
Sono molto abituato al piccante,
Sì.
quindi
Uh-huh.
molto saporito, molto buono.
I encourage you guys to eat spicy foods because
Look.
building a spice tolerance is the best thing that you can do. Like you're literally gatekeeping yourself from so many amazing foods by not building a spice tolerance. Just saying.
Score? Is it from 0 to 10? What's your score?
For me, 10. For me, 10.
The tahini in the back.
All good. The chapaguri,
I love tahini. I'll put tahini on anything.
It's more
Anything and everything.
Chapaguri. No, chapaguri, guri. I don't know.
Cinghetti?
Shingeti
Shingeti.
or chasin.
Jashin.
Just the two.
Is he using tweezers? He's using tweezers to eat his noodles? Like, bro, are you not Asian, bro? Like, do you not know how to use chopsticks? So, is this an Italian YouTube channel or an American? Or I mean, not American, Italian. I mean, this dude is so important. Okay, so he's in multiple of the videos. So their first video was from 1 year ago. Okay. So they haven't been making videos for a bit. Oh. Tokboki? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've seen that at the store. I've been kind of curious about it, but it looked kind of weird. So, day in the life of a Korean chef. Bro, how does that happen? I just swallowed my spit and it went in my freaking lungs. How does that happen? Okay. How to pronounce... Okay.
Josh.
Josh. Josh. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know how that happens. Okay. Time for another 30 minutes of the Bible. Okay. These are the generations of Esau, that is Edom. Esau took his wives from the Canaanites, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah the daughter. Did I not read this already? I read this already. Jacob lived in the land of his fathers, sojournings in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was pasturing the flocks with his brothers. He was a boy with the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought a bad report of them to their father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his sons. So this was the dude who was named Jacob. Because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a robe of many colors. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peacefully to him. Now Joseph had a dream where he told it to his brothers. They hated him even more. He said to them, "Hear this dream that I have dreamed. Behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and behold, my sheaf arose and stood upright. And behold, your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf." His brother said to him, "Are you indeed to reign over us? Or are you indeed to rule over us?" So they hated him even more for his dreams and for his words. Then he dreamed another dream and told it to his brothers and said, "Behold, I have dreamed another dream. Behold, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me." But when he told it to his father and his brothers, his father rebuked him and said to him, "What is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall I and your mother and your brothers indeed come to bow ourselves to the ground before you?" And his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept this saying in mind. Now his brothers went to pasture their father's flock near Shechem, and Israel said to Joseph, Are not your brothers pasturing the flocks of Shechem? Come, and I will send you to them. And he said to him, Here I am. So he said to him, Go now, see if it is well with your brothers and with the flock, and bring me word. So he sent him from the valley of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. And a man found him wandering in the fields, and the man asked him, What are you seeking? I'm seeking my brothers. He said, Tell me, please, where they are pasturing the flock. And the man said, They have gone away, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan. They saw him from afar, and before he came near to them, they conspired against him to kill him. They said to one another, Here comes this dreamer. Come now, let us kill him and throw him into one of the pits. Then we will say that a fierce animal has devoured him, and we will see what will become of his dreams. But when Reuben heard it, he rescued him out of the hands, saying, Let us not take his life. And Reuben said to them, Shed no blood. Throw him into this pit here in the wilderness, but do not lay a hand on him, that he might rescue him out of their hand to restore him to his father. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, the robe of many colors that he wore, and they took him and they threw him into a pit. The pit was empty, and there was no water in it. Then they sat down to eat, and looking up they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead with their camels bearing gum, balm, and myrrh, on their way to carry it down to Egypt. Then Judah said to his brothers, What profit is it if we kill our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hands be upon him, for he is our brother, our own flesh, and his brothers listened to him. Then Midianite traders passed by, and they drew Joseph up and lifted him up out of the pit and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 20 shekels of silver. 20 shekels of silver. Now, where have I heard that before? 20 shekels of silver. So, let me get this straight. His brothers betray him for 20 shekels of silver. Does that not sound familiar to you? Does that not sound familiar to you? Who else got betrayed for 20 pieces of silver? Oh, that's right. Jesus freaking Christ, bro. Jesus freaking Christ. So, maybe this is connected in some sort of way. Maybe it's like God like giving a little nod. Maybe God's just like, here's a little foreshadowing. Here's a little foreshadowing for you guys. But I have no clue. They took Joseph to Egypt. When Reuben returned to the pit and saw that Joseph was not in the pit, he tore his clothes.
Quiet down. Quiet down.
What?
Being loud.
My bad. And returned to his brothers and said, the boy is gone. And I, where shall I go? Then they took Joseph's robe and slaughtered a goat and dipped the robe in the blood. Then they sent the robe of many colors and brought it to their fathers and said, this we have found. Please identify whether it is your son's robe or not. And he identified it and said, it is my son's robe. A fierce animal has devoured him. Joseph is without doubt torn to pieces. Then Jacob tore his garments and put sackcloth on his loins and mourned for his son. Oh, so he's mourning his son right now. He's just like, he's crying basically. He's like down in the dumps. That's the word. That's tough stuff, bro. That's tough stuff. All his sons and his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted and said, no, I should go down to Sheol to my son, mourning. Thus his father wept for him. Meanwhile, the Midianites had sold him in Egypt to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the captain of the guard. Crazy stuff. It happened at the time that Judah went down from his brothers and turned aside to a certain Adullamite, whose name was Hirah. There Judah saw the daughters of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. He took her and went into her, and she conceived and bore a son. And he called his name She conceived again and bore a son, and she called his name Onan. Yet again she bore a son, and she called his name Shelah. Judah was in the Shizib when she bore him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. But Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord put him to death. Then Judah said to Onan, go into your brother's wife, and perform the duty of a brother-in-law to her, and raise up offspring for your brother. But Onan knew that the offspring would not be his. So wherever he went into his brother's wife, he would waste the semen on the ground. Bro, what? So as not to give offspring to his brother. And what he did was wicked in the sight of the Lord. Yeah, bro, what? Like, what? Like, bro, what? Bro, what am I reading right now? Yo, shout out to the Lord, but what am I reading? Oh, look, it's my brother. Yeah?
What's up?
In the sight of the Lord, and he put him to death also. Then Judah said to Tamar,
Okay,
you in your room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reading the entire Bible.
Yeah, reading the entire Bible.
For who?
I guess myself. But people watch the VODs, so that's cool.
Have fun.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Then Judah said to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow in your father's house till Shelah, my son, grows up. For he feared that he would die like his brothers. So Tamar went and remained in her father's house. In the course of time, the wife of Judah, Shua's daughter, died. When Judah was comforted, he went up to Timnah, his sheep shearers, he and his friend Hirah the Adullamite. And when Tamar was told, your father-in-law is going up to Timnah. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn that back on. There you go. Right there. And when Tamar was told, your father-in-law is going up to Timnah to shear his sheep, she took off her widow's garments and covered herself with the veil, wrapping herself up, and sat at the entrance to Enaim, which is on the road to Timnah. For she saw that Shelah was grown up, and she had not been given to him in marriage. When Judah saw her, he thought she was a prostitute, for she had covered her face. He turned to her at the roadside and said, come, let me into you. For he did not know that she was his daughter-in-law. Yo, what? Oh, my bad, I'm being too loud. But, bro, what? No, wait, no, I'm tripping. What? His daughter-in-law, he thought was a prostitute and wanted to make love to her. Bro, what? He turned to her at the roadside and said, come, let me into you, for he did not know that she was his daughter-in-law. She said, what will you give me that you may come into me? He answered, I will send you a young goat from the flock. And she said, if you give me a pledge until you send it. He said, what pledge shall I give you? She replied, your signet and your cord and your... Bro, what the frick am I reading, bro? So he gave them to her and went into her, and she conceived by him. Then she arose and went away, and taking her veil, she put on her... Bro. Am I genuinely going crazy? Am I genuinely going crazy right now? Bro, screw the jazz music for a second. Because am I reading this right? Daughter-in-law. That would mean, okay, that his daughter-in-law. So what is that, like his nephew? Bro, what? I'm so confused. Okay, you know what? Why don't we just keep reading? When Judah sent the young goat by his friend, the Adullamite, to take the pledge from this woman's hand, he did not find her, and he asked the men of the place, where is the cult prostitute? Who is at Enaim at the roadside? And they said, no cult prostitute has been here. Oh, so now he's tripping. He's like, there's no prostitute. So was I dreaming? Was I imagining? Like, bro, what? Bro, what am I reading? So he returned to Judah and said, I have not found her. Also, the men of the place said, no cult prostitute has been here. Yeah, bro. So then why did she do it? Like what? Let her keep the things as her own, or we shall be laughed at. You see, I sent this young goat and you did not find her? About 3 months later, Judah was told, Tamar, your daughter-in-law, has been immoral. Moreover, she is pregnant by immorality. And Judah said, bring her out, let her be burned. Yo. No, what? Yeah. I am not going crazy. Then Judah identified them and said, she is more righteous than I, since I did not give her to my son Shelah, and he did not know her again. When the time of her labor came, there were twins in her womb. And when she was in labor, one put out a hand, and the midwife took a tied scarlet thread on his hand, saying, this one came out first. But as he drew back his hand, behold, his brother came out, and she said, what a breach you have made for yourself. Therefore his name was called Perez. Afterward his brother came out with the scarlet thread on his hand, and his name was called Zerah. Bro, I'm genuinely going crazy because what did I just read? What the frick did I just read? In the name of all that is holy, what did I just read? Oh my freaking gosh, bro. Bro, what the heck? Get back there, freaking hair. Okay, but genuinely, what did I read? Now Joseph had been brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the captain of the guard, an Egyptian, had brought him from the Ishmaelites who had brought him down there. The Lord was with Joseph, and he became a successful man, and he was in the house of his Egyptian master. His master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord caused all that he did to succeed in his hands. So Joseph found favor in his sight and attended him. And he made him overseer of his house, and put him in charge of all that he had. For the time that he made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. The blessing of the Lord was on all that he had in the house and field. So he left all that he had in Joseph's charge, and because of him, he had no concern about anything but the food he ate. Now Joseph was handsome in form and appearance, and after a time his master's wife cast her eyes on Joseph and said, lie with me. But he refused and said to his master's wife, behold. So he's like, no. Because of me, my master has no concern about anything in the house, and he has put everything that he... Oh, I think I've heard of this story. I think because he was well, I won't spoil it because I know maybe some people haven't read this, but I think I've read of this too. But he refused and said to his master's wife, behold, because of me, my master has no concern about anything else in the house, and he has put everything that he has in my charge. He is not greater in this house than I am, nor has he kept back from anything from me except you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Yo, shout out to bro. Shout out to bro. And as she spoke to Joseph, day after day, he would not listen to her, to lie beside her, or to be with her. Shout out to bro. But one day, when he went into the house to do his work, and none of the men of the house was there in the house, she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. But he left his garment in her hand and fled and got out of the house. W bro, take notes from this. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. Flee from lust. No matter what it brings. I've heard of this story before though. And that's Genesis 39. Genesis 39. Verse 12. There you go. But he left his garment in her hand and fled and got out of the house. And as soon as she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and fled out of the house, she called to the men of her household. Bro, like pay attention to this because this is actually insane. Look at what happens. And said to them, See, he has brought among us a Hebrew laugh at us. He came into me, so fornicated, had sex. So she's lying on his name to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice. She was lying and saying that she was raped because he didn't want to have sex with her. So first of all, she's coping very hard right now, like copium, but also these men are gonna be furious about something that didn't even happen. So he's gonna get cooked by trying to be righteous. Why? Okay, let's get back to it. Then she laid up his garment by her until his master came home, and she told him the same story, saying, The Hebrew servant whom you have brought among us came into me to laugh at me. But as soon as I lifted up my voice and cried, he left his garment beside me and fled out of the house. As soon as his master heard the words that his wife spoke to him, This is the way your servant treated me. His anger was kindled, so he bursted into a flame. He basically smoked. He had steam coming out of his ears, bro. At this moment, he had steam coming out of his ears. He said, that's what happened. Mad as frick, bro. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined, and he was there in prison. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison put Joseph in charge of all the prisoners who were in the prison. Whatever was done there, he was the one who did it. The keeper of the prison paid no attention to anything that was in Joseph's charge because the Lord was with him. And whatever he did, the Lord made it succeed. That's fire, bro. That's fire. That's cooked at the same time, though. But, damn. Being put into prison by trying to be a good person. I don't even think he could really explain himself. Because how are you supposed to explain yourself? You would trust your wife more than you would trust your servant. So, yeah, it's cooked. Sometime after this, the cupbearer of the king of Egypt and his baker committed an offense against their lord and the king of Egypt. And Pharaoh was angry, with his two officers, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker. And he put them in custody in the house of the captain of the guard, in the prison where Joseph was confined. The captain of the guard appointed Joseph to be with them, and he attended them. They continued for some time in custody, and one night they both dreamed, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were confined in the prison, each his own dream, and each dream with its own interpretation. When Joseph came to them in the morning, he saw that they were troubled. So he asked Pharaoh's officers who were with him in custody in his master's house. "Why are your faces downcast today?" they said to him. "We have had dreams, and there is no one to interpret them." And Joseph said to them, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Please tell them to me." So the chief cupbearer told his dream to Joseph and said to him, "In my dream there was a vine before me, and on the vine there were 3 branches. As soon as it budded, its blossoms shot forth, and the clusters ripened into grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup and placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand. Then Joseph said to him, "This is its interpretation. The 3 branches in 3 days, in 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your office. And you shall place Pharaoh's cup in your hand as formerly when you were his cupbearer. Only remember me when it is well with you. And please do me the kindness to mention me to Pharaoh." And so he got me out of this house, for I was indeed stolen out of the land of the Hebrews. And here also I have done nothing that they should put me into the pit. When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was favorable, he said to Joseph, "I also had a dream. There were 3 cake baskets on my head, and in the uppermost basket there were all sorts of baked food for Pharaoh. But the birds were eating it out of the basket on my head." And Joseph answered and said, "This is its interpretation. The 3 baskets are 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head from you and hang you on a tree, and the birds will eat the flesh from you." On the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, he made a feast for all his servants and lifted up the head of the chief cupbearer and the head of the chief baker among his servants. He restored the chief cupbearer to his position, and he placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand, but he hanged the chief baker as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. How do you forget him, bro? After 2 whole years, Pharaoh dreamed that he was standing by the Nile, and behold, there came up out of the Nile 7 cows, attractive and plump, and they fed in the reed grass. And behold, 7 other cows, ugly and thin, came up out of the Nile after them, and stood by the other cows on the bank of the Nile. And the ugly, thin cows ate up the 7 attractive, plump cows. And Pharaoh awoke, and he fell asleep and dreamed a second time, and behold, 7 ears of grain, plump and good, they were growing on one stalk. And behold, after them sprouted 7 ears, thin and blighted by the east wind. And the thin ears swallowed up 7 plump, full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. So in the morning, his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt and all its wise men. Pharaoh told them his dreams, but there was none who could interpret them to Pharaoh. Then the chief cupbearer said to Pharaoh, "I remember my offense today, when Pharaoh was angry with his servants and put me and the chief baker in custody in the house of captain of the guard. We dreamed on the same night, he and I, each having a dream with its own interpretation. A young Hebrew was there with us, a servant of the captain of the guard. When we told him, he interpreted our dreams to us, giving an interpretation to each man according to his dream. And as he interpreted to us, it came about, I was restored to my office, and the baker was hanged." Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they quickly brought him out of the pit. And when he had shaved himself and changed his clothes, he came in before Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I have had a dream, and there is no one who can interpret it. I have heard it said of you." Okay, I'm gonna turn off this music, or I'm gonna turn down the volume. It's too distracting, bro. Like, I'll have it for y'all, since y'all just need to focus on listening to me. I need to focus on reading this. Change his clothes. He came in before Pharaoh, and Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I had a dream, and there is no one who can interpret it. I have heard it said of you that when you hear a dream, you can interpret it." Joseph answered Pharaoh, "It is not in me. God will give Pharaoh a favorable answer." Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Behold, in my dream, I was standing on the banks of the Nile." Chill. I still have to read this chapter. "And now fed in the reed grass, 7 other cows came up after them, poor and very ugly and thin, such as I had never seen in all the land of Egypt. And the thin, ugly cows ate up the first 7 plump cows. But when they had eaten them, no one would have known that they had eaten them, for they were still as ugly as the beginning. Then I awoke. I also saw in my dream 7 ears growing on one stalk, full and good. 7 ears withered, thin, and blighted by the east wind, sprouted after them. And the thin ears swallowed up the 7 good ears. And then I told it to the magicians, but there was no one who could explain it to me. Then Joseph said to Pharaoh, the dreams of Pharaoh are one. God has revealed to Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good cows are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dreams are one. The 7 lean and ugly cows that came up after them are 7 years, and the 7 empty ears, blighted by the east wind, are also 7 years of famine. It is as I told Pharaoh. God has shown to Pharaoh what he is about to do. There will come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt, but after them there will arise 7 years of famine, and all the plenty will be forgotten in the land of Egypt. The famine will consume the land, and the plenty will be unknown in the land by reason of the famine that will follow, for it will be very severe. And the doubling of Pharaoh's dream means that the thing is fixed by God, and God will shortly bring it about. Now therefore let Pharaoh select a discerning and wise man and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh proceed to appoint overseers the land and take 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt during the 7 plentiful years, and let them gather all the food of these good years that are coming and store up grain under the authority of Pharaoh for food in the cities, and let them keep it. That food shall be a reserve for the land against the 7 years of famine that are to occur in the land of Egypt, so that the land may not perish through famine. The proposal pleased Pharaoh and all his servants, and Pharaoh said to his servants, can we find a man like this in whom is the Spirit of God? Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, since God has shown you all this, there is none discerning and wise as you are. You shall be over my house, and all my people shall order themselves as you command. Only as regards the throne will I be greater than you. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, see, I have set you over all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh took his signet ring from his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and clothed him in garments of fine linen, and put a gold chain around his neck, and he made him ride in his second chariot. And they called out before him, bow the knee. Thus he sent him over all the land of Egypt. Moreover, Pharaoh said to Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without your consent, no one shall lift up hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphaneth Paneah. Zaphaneth Paneah. And he gave him in marriage Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On. So Joseph went out over the land of Egypt. Joseph was 30 years old when he entered the service of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went through all the land of Egypt. During the 7 plentiful years, the earth produced abundantly, and he gathered up all the food of these 7 years, which occurred in the land of Egypt, and put the food in the cities. He put in every city the food from the fields around it, and Joseph stored up grain in great abundance, like the sand of the sea, until he ceased to measure it, for it could not be measured. Before the year of famine came, 2 sons were born to Joseph. Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On, bore them to him. Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for he said, God has made me forget all my hardship and all my father's house. The name of the second he called Ephraim, that God has made me fruitful in the land of my affliction. And that's a fire bar. Okay. I wanna write that down. Suffering brought forth fruits. And that's Genesis 41, verse 52. So Ephraim he went through stuff, he went through a bunch of crap, and God transmuted it and made it fruitful. So all of the affliction, all the pain that he went through was eventually worth it in the land of which God has brought him. Very beautiful. Shout out to the Heavenly Lord. Shout out to God. Amen. The 7 years of plenty that occurred in the land of Egypt came to an end, and the 7 years of famine began to come. As Joseph had said, there was famine in all lands, but in all the land of Egypt there was bread. When all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. Pharaoh said to all the Egyptians, "Go to Joseph. What he says to you, do." So when the famine had spread over all the land, Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold to the Egyptians, for the famine was severe in the land of Egypt. Moreover, all the earth came to Egypt to Joseph to buy grain, because the famine was severe over all the earth. And that's where we're ending. That's where we're ending for today. Let's freaking go! Another day done. But we do have to pray, as per usual. So now it's time to close up the stream, and we'll close it up with a prayer. And then maybe I'll do a video game stream, but it depends if I'm hanging out with my family or not, and if they're comfortable being on stream or not, because I will not force them to be on stream. Okay, let's pray. I'll move this too. Lord, I pray that as I pray, I speak through my spirit and not through my flesh. Lord, I would like to thank you for continually showing me yourself and continually showing me the way in which I should go. I pray that any affliction that has been brought upon me be transmuted, just like in what we were reading. I want the pain that I've gone through, and anyone who's watching, and my family has gone through, and just anyone who is accessing the VOD or the stream or whatever, any pain that they have gone through, they'll realize was worth it when they see the grass on the other side. The green grass that the Lord is providing for them. The perfectly cut lawn the Lord Yeshua is providing for them. You know, Lord, you have such a way with words. You know, like anything that you say or do comes into existence, and you're perfect in all being. You're perfect. You are perfect in all being. You are essential to the lives of many. And to the lives that live without you, I pray that they find you. For you have done so much for me, for the viewers, for the love of my family. I love you so much, Lord. And I love you so much. I love you so much. I thank you. And I ask for blessings to be upon, just blessings. Just your blessing. And of course, you don't have to bless me. You don't have to. You don't have to bless anyone watching this video. You do it simply because you want to. Okay? And I understand that. So, if it is not my time to be blessed, then don't bless me. But, Lord, thank you so much for always being there for me, even when I'm not always there to pray and read the Bible. Like, as many times as I've turned away, I'm so glad that you still allow me in your open arms. Thank you so much, Lord. Thank you so much, Heavenly Father. In Yeshua Jesus Christ's mighty name I pray. Amen. That felt really good. That felt really nice. Shout out to the VOD viewers. Amen. Amen. Today was a good freaking day.